video, I am going to discuss about how to dynamic the logo and how to dynamic the top menu button. Okay, before if we see click the restaurant, our URL change, but we didn't want to change our URL because restaurant page is now is my that means our main page, that is index.php file. So that's why I am change the URL. That's what you have to select the static page, select home page. Our home page right now is student, and if we see we have right now we haven't right now block page. That's why I don't add the block page. Save, and then we see our URL is okay. If you click the restaurant and our URL is equal, but our active hover not working because we didn't add current menu item. Yes, we didn't add current menu item. So let's go adding the current menu item in a CSS file, which is the style.css. Is change the active classes and fetch the current menu item. Now if you see our color is now working perfectly. Okay, let's go how to connect and dynamic the logo area in the with dashboard. Okay, if we click the customize, the theme hasn't no logo area option to change here, so that's why I am adding right now the theme option customizer API. That's called theme option customizer API. That's what we have to add function to this file, a function, and the function will have three argument function. First sitting.php file, sorry, first sitting, and second section, and third control. That's need to add in the function.php file, and the functions add action argument is now customizer register. Okay, that's why I'm copy and customizer register and fetch the function. That's why before we have to add a function create a function which name is zdliso customizer theme customizer. Just for known the what is the function is work in the theme, and add action book and add the argument which name is customizer register, and add the function name, and we have to add the first bracket argument which is wp customize. That is the argument that will work in the theme option and connect the logo. It will be changed the logo. Okay, first we have to add wp customize, and then add object sign, and write add section. Let's see is the add section function. Yes, that is the add section function, and then add setting function, and then add control function. that is the need mandatory for customize via theme option. That section will be show the theme option. First we have to write title argument, and our title is now header area. That's for I am adding the header text and add text domain that delay. So if we see, sorry, every function has two parameter. First parameter is id parameter and second parameter is array parameter. So I was mistake, and add the title and add the id, like the id name is that ISO header. Okay, if we see, okay, we have to add this setting. Okay, we have to add setting id and setting array. Our setting id right now I am adding that the like double c that so header logo, and it has default value right now. I am just like that default value, and we have to add. Okay, before we see is working or not working. Okay, not working. Uncode argument control WP customize manager add control. Something is I am missing. Okay, don't worry, we have to add control. That we want to show the logo. That's for I am adding new WP customize background image, and sorry, it is not WP customize image background, it is the WP customize image control. Okay, and then add WP customize and then add setting id and then add array. Okay, our setting id is that delay header area, sorry, header logo, and add, and we have to add label name, and then we have to add section id, and then we have to add setting id. Our section id is a delay header, and our setting id is a delay header logo. Okay, I am adding the label name. The label name is logo upload, and then add text domain. Hopefully it working perfectly, but we have to see is that working or not working, because of sometime I have missed. Okay, hopefully it working. Yeah, we have to add 3 function argument that will be working. If we added, that will not working. If we see, here is the header option, and if we see our logo uploaded option is now here, and activate, but we have to connect this area. But so I am adding the logo. Okay, I uploaded the logo and publish, but it isn't right now working, but we have to work. So let's go. First we have to add the, okay, delete the comment and delete this, sorry, delete the URL and delete the function. Just add get theme mode and add the ID. The ID name is ZDLS header logo, and be careful, we have to add sitting ID, not section ID, and control ID is now sitting ID. So control ID and sitting ID same, so that's why I'm adding sitting ID. Add the ZDLS header logo, and if you want to secure the function, that's we have to add esc URL function and paste the function in the esc URL. Okay, here I have faced the path which is the image URL, and that is the default, and I am at the URL get template directory. Okay, that will help you to show the default image. If we see, our image doesn't change because we added the URL. If we, okay, I am still the default, but I delete and add the new logo like this text. If you see, here is added the text, and the text is now changed perfectly. If we delete the logo and published, our default logo is now showing in this area. Yes, okay, somehow it working, it doesn't working the default value. Let's see what's wrong. Okay, we have to change the function. Now we have to add get log info and add argument template directory. Let's see, but it is still now missing. Well, here is the function, everything okay, but I didn't select the default, so that's why it doesn't show. Right now it is now showing our default value. Yes, our default value is showing perfectly, and if you want to change, you can change this here. Hopefully it working perfectly. Okay, let's go another part, the top menu. But if we see, there is the contacts.html URL and there are no URL, so that's why we didn't know. And that is the index.html URL. So if you want to add this section, I am adding custom URL. That means you can add this here, the home page and middle and contact page URL here. But if you want to menu, you can add the menu as like before I added the menu option. You can add as a menu, but I don't right now add as a menu. I add the custom theme option as a menu. So let's go. Okay, that's why we have to add again. First I am adding a comment like this is the top menu for knowing the what is the function working. Okay, and then add wp customize and add object sign and add seating function, and then add control function. So we know seating function has two parameters. First parameter is id parameter and second parameter is array parameter, sorry, array area. And first seating parameter I am adding ZDELICI, that's the top menu home for face, and then add default value like I am adding the hash or URL, and then add control has two parameter. First parameter is now seating parameter and second array parameter. So we have to add seating ID in the control ID, and then add label like the name is label name is home top menu home URL, and add text domain and add section and add seating. So our section ID is the deleted header logo, and our setting ID is the deleted top menu home. Okay, if we see, but we have to add what is this like type text. Okay, the type is text. Search for, you can paste the URL. You can see here is added the something I missed. Let's see. Okay, let's see. The ID name is okay. I am changing the ID. Somehow our ID is missing or not missing. Okay, I am adding the face. That's what says the ID. Let's see if it working properly. But not working properly. What is the problem? well, I have mistake. Well, I had mistake. Like I did mistake, and we have that's the section ID is header ZDLSO header, but I added ZDLSO header logo, so that's why it's not working. So let's change the section ID, and if we see it working properly, yes, properly it working. So I had mistake the ID section ID. So we need three URL option: first home, second middle, and last contact. So that's why I am copying the section sorry, setting and control, and adding two, and I am adding to setting and control. Okay, let's change the ID setting ID. Like here is the I add middle and change the control ID and change the setting ID, and the last contact and change the setting ID. If we see, yes, our function is now working perfectly, and they have default value like hash if you want to change, and then we have to connect the theme. So that's what I am adding. It's easy. Previously I had added get theme mode, and we have to add right now get theme mode. So that's why I am copying the function and paste the function in the first top menu, and delete the image URL and copy the home page top menu ID and copy and paste the here get remote argument, and then I am adding second to menu function. So let's go. Sorry, I had mistake. We didn't change the URL and function, just we add here link area. So that's why I'm adding echo get theme mode and add the ID. So that's why I copy the function and paste the link section, and just add the ID last ID, and then add middle ID and add home page ID. Okay, everything okay. If we see, please look at the left side index of PHP URL, and here look, here is the index.html, and here is the hash before they add hash, and here is contacts.html. But if I am refreshing the our URL change, see, okay, that's why I have to update. Let's see, update, and see, yes, right now working it. Here is add hash and hash and hash. Okay, everything is okay, but if we click the logo, our URL says index.html, but we haven't index.html, but we have. That's why you have to change the URL, have to be dynamic. So that's why I have deleted the URL and add login for home. If we see, our logo is dynamic and URL is working perfectly. Logo URL is working perfectly. There is no added link. So we have complete the header area dynamic, and next time we will be see how to dynamic slider. So thank you.